I'm telling you, doing YouTube is one of the hardest things in the world. It's work ethic, it's marketing, it's being creative, it's being entertaining. You have to get people to come back every single day to actually you. There's 7 billion people in this world. Why is it that you can only name like 10 YouTubers? Because they're actually talented and dedicated. Like I made videos for every single day for 800 days in a row. And this will be controversial, and I'm sure someone will like clip it and take it out of context, but someone asked me on an interview, what's harder, YouTube or boxing? And I said, YouTube.
Ooh.
Hands down.
Ooh.
It's more stressful, more of a headache, longer days. There's no break in it. You're competing like with yourself, it's just nonstop.
So with that said, is boxing easy? Is boxing easier? You just said YouTube is harder, but it's a different preparation.
It's different. It's a different type of workload. It's a different mentality, so on and so forth. But I would say that, like, from a physical standpoint, obviously boxing is harder, but a mental standpoint, YouTube's harder.
I already know what y'all gonna say. I already know. Jake Paul's racist. Jake Paul's an asshole. Jake Paul's a douche. Jake Paul. Shut the fuck up, man. And just listen to the goddamn video.
My ducks, my swans, welcome to the pond.
My name is Dorian from Group82music.com, and right here, we got Jake Paul saying YouTube is harder than boxing. I study people. I study successful people. If you've been successful, especially in arenas that I've been in, I'm gonna look at you, I'm gonna look at what you got going on. Jake Paul and his brother Logan have been doing YouTube videos for a while. They have put themselves at the top of the YouTuber echelon. They have a lot of brand deals, they have made a lot of money off of, and they are people that when you think about YouTube, a brother duo, they're probably up there with everybody else, if not the only two that you think of. Jake Paul has decided to be a boxer. Anybody that's ever done a boxing workout, which I have, I've done plenty of them, you know how difficult that is. And if you go into the ring and you decide to put yourself at risk, you know how tough that is. Jake Paul's taken that on. He's had a few fights and he's been successful. The terms hard and hard work get misconstrued. People think if you stay up for 4 or 5 hours studying chemistry, you worked hard. People think if you go to a job and you work for 16 hours straight with a 30-minute lunch break that you worked hard. People think that if you drive 8 hours in one day that you worked hard. You didn't work hard. You did what you were supposed to do. You studied all those hours for that test because you needed to understand the concept to get a good grade. You worked 16 hours because your ass needs money to take care of you and your family. You drove 8 hours because you had to get to the destination. You did what you were supposed to do. You technically really didn't have an option. When you are building your own infrastructure, that shit is hard because you have no guidance. You have no one showing you. You're making it up as you go along, and the fuck-ups are that much more catastrophic because you have no one to warn you. When you are doing YouTube, especially the videos that Jake Paul does, he didn't really have an infrastructure. He really didn't have any guidance. He was guessing and putting stuff together, and he figured this shit out. And because of that, and because he started getting the name recognition, the brand recognition, the sponsorships, the collaborations and everything, there was pressure on him to consistently deliver on those YouTube videos. There isn't a fucking YouTube coach. There ain't no goddamn social media counselor at your high school. That shit don't exist yet. It will, but ain't there yet. So you got to figure all this stuff out on your own. When Jake Paul decided to go into boxing, you got a trainer, you got a coach, you got the greatest ever. You can watch tape, you can do all types of shit. It's boxing gyms everywhere. So all you got to do is do what you're told. Now that doesn't mean the physical toll, the mental toll ain't more than YouTube, because it is. But when you're doing what you're told, that ain't hard work. That's just being a good soldier. When you got to be the goddamn sergeant and build that shit, it's nothing like it. YouTube for me isn't really difficult because I don't put pressure on myself to make it difficult. Jake Paul's putting pressure on himself because he had to deliver and get a certain amount of metrics to keep that money coming in. For me, YouTube's a side hustle. I've made $40,000 in 6 months from my side hustle. YouTube. This shit don't mean that much to me like that. So I make the videos I want to make when I want to make them. I film them. It's 1 o'clock in the morning right now. Y'all gonna see this. We gonna put it out. It's gonna make me $1,000, $2,000. Fuck it. Easy money. Because there's other things in my life that I have pressure on that I gotta deliver. I got a daughter. I gotta deliver for her every goddamn day. That's pressure. And even though I had my dad, which means I had the infrastructure, I had the guidance, there's still nuances of being a father to a daughter in 2021 that my dad didn't have with my sister. Or maybe there's things he experienced with my sister that he can't tell me. And my sister and my daughter have 2 different personalities. So I don't really have infrastructure for being Nova Clark's dad. I gotta make that shit work. And parents know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. That's much more difficult. Some fucking YouTube. But I see Jake Paul's point. point. And I'm telling y'all all this because y'all probably thinking, what the fuck am I gonna do with this information? I've been watching this goddamn video for like 6 minutes now. What am I gonna do with this information? This is what you're gonna do with it. What everybody else is telling you about hard work and how to do things, and your teachers and your principals and your counselors and your professors and your pastors, they don't know shit. They don't know shit. If they haven't built their own infrastructure, don't listen to nothing they got to say. They can warn you about being a soldier, and a lot of y'all watching this are soldiers, and y'all great soldiers. But if you trying to be a sergeant, you trying to be a general, you trying to be a leader, if they ain't built their own shit, why are you listening to them? This is why I don't listen to you motherfuckers in the comments. You ain't built your own shit. You trying to tell me how to nurture my social media audience when you got 6 followers, my G? The fuck out of here. I'm not listening to you. You're a clown because you ain't done this shit. Only listen to people who have been there. There's so many things that happens when you're building infrastructure that if you mess up, it could completely alter your life forever. That's why I give the gems that I do. It's why I post every single day on Instagram, on YouTube, and TikTok at Dorian Group 82 on all platforms, because there's things that I've been through that nobody else warned me about, and I don't want y'all to go through the same shit. So if you want to keep getting them tips, subscribe, follow, like, share. You need help with your business. You on Instagram, click that link up top. You on YouTube, click that link in the box. Mouth the pond. Y'all stay true.
I flex hard, I stunt large, I pull cards, you ain't hard, I spit back, your squad whack, y'all heard that, run this back.
Group82music.com.